There were some reports and rumors that DDP was injured, which would prevent him from fighting Khamzat Chimaev in the summer. If that is the case, Kyle Bahayo wants to step in for DDP and take on Khamzat Chimaev.
So I think you all heard the news. So I heard that Dricus du Plessis is hurt for a period of time. So I know a guy that never say no to any fights. Dana Hunter, you know who to call. I'm waiting.
Bahayo is ranked number 6 in the middleweight division. Khamzat Chimaev is ranked number 3. Number 1 ranked Imavov was supposed to take on Bahayo on June 28th at UFC 317. Maybe they will do that fight, or if there are some injuries, maybe they will shuffle things. Also, a likely scenario is Khamzat just sits out and waits for the title shot against DDP. Bahayo also suggests an interim title fight. I don't know if that doesn't really make sense. DDP just defended the belt a couple months back. Paddy Pimblett says he gained 42 pounds since his recent fight with Michael Chandler. Some people think he's just let loose after a tough, restrictive dietary camp. Other people think he has an eating disorder, but the yo-yo effect of gaining and losing big amounts of weight is considered unhealthy, but that might be in the long run. In the short run, it doesn't seem to be impacting him at all. He had a dominant performance over Michael Chandler. He is arguably the most improved lightweight in the UFC. Also up there is Chase Hooper.
On Sunday, I had about 5 milkshakes after the fight, literally. This morning I woke up like 198, which is fat. Like, that's about the heaviest, I guess, in the States. Food, it's just, it makes me into a machine. I'm just massive in the States. Right. In the States, I'm sitting there and there's still that much of me Coca-Cola left, and they come over and take it and put a brand new one down. I'm just like, put a full Coke. Whatever's getting offered, you take it. And I love fighting, like. The one thing I don't think any of us like doing is making weight, but that's what we have to do.
Those tough and rough weight cuts will only get harder as he gets older, so that's why maybe down the line he'd consider taking fights in the welterweight division.
Maybe when I win that 55 belt, go up and take the 171. But yeah, no, I'm a 55er.
I can see you fighting at a welterweight in the future.
Yeah, definitely. I could see me doing it, especially in years to come when you get a bit older and the weight cutting gets a bit harder and stuff like that. And, you know, obviously some, like, what do they call them, super fights. If there's someone at 170 that's a good matchup and could sell pay-per-views, then yeah.
The only juice you'll catch me on is what Tom Aspinall says. With DDP versus Khamzat in question and Merab versus O'Malley in question, they may need to do Aspinall versus Jones sooner than later. Bilal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena up next. Islam Makhachev may want to challenge the winner. If Carlos Prates wins next week, he may be a new title contender as well. For him, the toughest guy out of those three would be Islam Makhachev.
How do you see the possibility of you fighting Islam instead, Bilal?
You know, I fight anyone. You know, I'm a fighter. I like to fight, but it's gonna be a tough. You know, it's gonna be a hard fight because Islam. I think Islam is much better than Bilal Muhammad, you know. Better saying, I don't know if he's better fighter, but it's much more harder win the fight against Makhachev than Bilal Muhammad, you know, because he's good on striking, he's good on the ground. But I think Bilal Muhammad have a really good level on wrestling, you know. I think his mindset is really good. He's just keep it going. He never give up. But it is what it is, you know. When I'm gonna fight for the belt, I don't care who is a champ or who's gonna be a champ. I'm just gonna step in the cage. I'm gonna beat him up. I'm gonna become a UFC welterweight champ.
Don't go hard with that jab, man.
Don't stay here. Sometimes you have to hold your feet, yeah. Hold your more, yeah. Put hands up. Yeah. Always, yeah.
You can circle too, don't just go straight back.
Fake.
8 fighters got banned from competing in one due to taking dives, lacking professionalism, and being overly involved in external gambling. There's always a ton of gambling going on in Muay Thai fights in Thailand, but Lumpini Stadium says it's committed to becoming a clean 100% gambling-free venue. This knockout from Friday was suspicious to some people. I don't know, did she get knocked out by getting kicked in the armpit? Or like did something else happen? Maybe there's also the claim, I don't know, her own collarbone ended up knocking her out. Whether it's illegitimate or legitimate, it just looked weird. Aspinall seems to indicate he knows when he's fighting next. Obviously, the assumption is he's fighting Jones next, so he knows when, but he just can't say.
I know everyone wants fight news. But I do know what's happening. I have had meetings with the UFC, as we know. I have been sworn to secrecy for a little bit. So stay tuned, stay up with the channels, stay up with the UFC channels, of course, as always, as you guys always do. But there will be news coming, hopefully, very, very soon. But if you're going to ask me, I can't give the answer right now. But stay tuned, it's coming.
Some contend that Makhachev will be too big for Ilia Topuria. They both said in the past they walk around like 180-ish. Chael Sonnen thinks size will make no difference.
There is no size difference between Ilya and Islam. It's a 145 versus a 155. Do 45 pounders and 55 pounders not know? You weigh the same thing. You're talking about a 10-pound spread. In the worst of cases, are you aware that Muhammad Ali, when he was the heavyweight champion of the world, weighed 198 pounds? George St. Pierre versus Michael Bisping comes to mind. Lighter of the two, George St. Pierre, winner. I don't know how Ilya would do with Islam. I'm just blown away by the analysis that he would have no chance. That's very strong language. What piece of history are you basing an advantage to the larger guy? I would love an answer. Tell me a time that the lighter guy got outmanned. Every wrestler knows the hardest guy to take on is the top guy from one weight class below you.
Dakota Ditchva recently expressed frustration not being able to get any fights in the PFL this year. She was very active last year, but no fights this year, but it seems like they have something for her on the horizon. But competition-wise, it's not very good for her, so it will kind of be a can-crushing adventure.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you here. So a little bird telling me in my ear that we've got good news. It'll be a July fight for Dakota Ditchva.
I did just have a great chat with Dom. I did actually. Feel a little bit more hopeful now. I think people were getting a little bit stressed that they weren't going to have me fight this year, but guys, I'm coming back. Don't worry.
It was always the plan to have Dakota Ditchva fighting in 2025. It will be the first of 4 Champion Series dates in the 2025 calendar.